You are looking at the largest habitat on Earth. It covers 71% of our planet, and we have explored less than 1% of it. We have better maps of Mars. We have sent humans to the moon 6 times. We have sent humans to the deepest point of our own ocean exactly 3 times. The last time was over a decade ago. So what stopped us? What did we find down there? And what is still down there waiting? To understand why the deep ocean is so unexplored, you first need to understand just how deep it actually goes. The average depth of the ocean is 3,682 meters. That's deeper than the height of most mountains. The deepest point, the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench, is 10,935 meters down, nearly 11 kilometers. If you dropped Mount Everest into the Challenger Deep, its peak would still be over a mile underwater. The ocean has 5 distinct zones, and as you go deeper, everything about physics, biology, and survival changes completely. The sunlight zone, 0 to 200 meters. This is where almost all ocean life you know lives. Coral reefs, dolphins, most fish. Below 200 meters, sunlight disappears. Temperatures drop dramatically, and the creatures start getting strange. Below 1,000 meters, the midnight zone, no sunlight reaches at all, ever. The pressure is 100 times greater than at the surface. To put the pressure in perspective, at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, the pressure is equivalent to 50 jumbo jets stacked on top of you. Your body would be crushed instantly. Your lungs would collapse. Your bones would compress. Now, the creatures. The deep ocean is home to an estimated 1 million species. We have identified roughly 250,000 of them. In May 2026 alone, scientists discovered 1,121 new marine species in a single year. Ghost sharks, worms living in glass castles, creatures with no names yet. The anglerfish, one of the most alien-looking creatures on our planet. It lives in total darkness. Its lure produces light through bioluminescence to attract prey that swims toward what it thinks is safety. The giant squid, up to 13 meters long, with eyes the size of dinner plates, the largest eyes of any animal alive. We have never seen a giant squid alive in its natural habitat until 2012. For centuries, it was considered a myth. The barrel-eye fish, a completely transparent head, you can see its brain. Its tubular eyes rotate inside its skull to look upward for prey. The vampire squid. Despite its name, it is not a squid or an octopus. It is the only surviving member of its own separate order. It has been unchanged for 300 million years. And then there are things we have seen only once on camera, briefly, and never again. So with all of this waiting down there, why did we stop going? The honest answer is, we never really started. The first time humans reached the bottom of the Mariana Trench was 1960. Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh descended in a vessel called Trieste. They spent just 20 minutes at the bottom. The visibility was almost zero. Their descent had stirred up sediment. They saw almost nothing, then nothing. For 52 years, nobody went back. The reason is simple and brutal. It is almost impossibly difficult and expensive. Building a vessel that can withstand 1,000 atmospheres of pressure while keeping humans alive is one of the greatest engineering challenges that exists. The pressure at the bottom of the Mariana Trench would crush a standard submarine like an empty can. The materials required don't fully exist yet. Titanium spheres, syntactic foam, specially engineered glass that won't implode. And even if you build the perfect vessel, communication is nearly impossible at extreme depth. Radio waves don't penetrate water. Acoustic communication works, but slowly, with delays of minutes per message, and it degrades with depth. If something goes wrong at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, nobody can help you. Nobody can reach you. You are completely alone. And things have gone wrong. In 2023, the Titan submersible imploded during a dive to the Titanic wreck, killing all 5 people aboard instantly. The implosion happened so fast that the occupants would have felt nothing. The pressure did its work in milliseconds. This was not the first time. Multiple unmanned deep-sea probes have been lost, crushed, never recovered, somewhere on the ocean floor. The ocean keeps what it takes. Nothing recoverable below a certain depth. And then there are the sounds. In 1997, NOAA hydrophones, underwater microphones placed in the Pacific, picked up an ultra-low frequency sound unlike anything identified before. They called it the bloop. It was the loudest unidentified sound ever recorded in the ocean. The sound was consistent with a living organism, but it would have to be several times larger than a blue whale. Scientists later concluded it was most likely an ice quake ice breaking off Antarctica. but most likely is not the same as certainly. Here's what we know is down there confirmed, documented, real. Hydrothermal vents cracks in the ocean floor that release superheated water at up to 400 degrees Celsius, surrounded by entire ecosystems that survive with no sunlight whatsoever. These ecosystems run entirely on chemosynthesis, not sunlight. They are proof that life can exist in conditions we once thought impossible. Underwater mountains, seamounts taller than anything on land, completely unknown until recent decades. In 2024, a single expedition to the Salas y Gomez Ridge found over 100 new species in 1 month. 1 month. The immortal jellyfish Turritopsis dohrnii, which can revert to its juvenile form when stressed, potentially living forever. The Mariana snailfish found at 8,336 meters, the deepest fish ever recorded. It looks completely unimpressive, a pale, tiny, featureless thing, but it lives where nothing should. And then there are the things we have seen briefly once on camera that have never been explained. So what is the real reason we stopped? It is not fear. It is not government conspiracy. It is not that we found something and decided to hide it. The real reason is far more mundane and in some ways more depressing. Money. It costs roughly $50,000 per hour to operate a deep-sea research vessel. A single expedition to the Mariana Trench costs tens of millions of dollars. NASA's annual budget is roughly $25 billion. NOAA, the agency responsible for ocean exploration, gets around $6 billion, and only a fraction of that goes to actual deep-sea exploration. We spend more money every year on the global video game industry than on exploring the largest habitat on our own planet. There are currently fewer than a handful of vehicles on Earth capable of reaching the deepest parts of the ocean. Some are privately owned. For comparison, there are over 600 active satellites orbiting Earth right now. We have invested massively in looking outward, almost nothing in looking down. But things are slowly changing. New autonomous underwater vehicles can dive without humans. Cheaper, safer, and capable of spending weeks on the ocean floor. Ocean Census, a global scientific initiative, discovered 1,121 new species in a single year in 2026. The pace of discovery is accelerating. We are mapping the ocean floor faster than ever before. As of April 2026, 28.7% has been mapped with high-resolution technology, up from 20% just 3 years ago. And every expedition, without exception, finds things nobody expected. The ocean floor has mountain ranges longer than the Himalayas, volcanoes we didn't know existed, ecosystems that operate on rules we are still writing. There are likely creatures down there larger than anything we have documented. Things that have never seen a human, things that have never seen light. The deep ocean is the last true wilderness on Earth. Every other wilderness, every jungle, every mountain range, every desert has been walked, mapped, photographed, named. The deep ocean has not. It is the one place on our planet where something genuinely unknown might still exist. Not in a distant galaxy, not in another dimension. Right here, underneath us, right now. Let me know in the comments, does the deep ocean fascinate you or terrify you? And which creature from this video would you least want to meet? If you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe. Bob Wonders has a lot more questions to ask.